Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. Disney, we cover Disney a lot on this channel. We cover their lows and sometimes their highs. There have been very few of those highs in the past few years, but we try to be objective. But overall, I do like to remember that we are in the middle of what I like to call the coming collapse of Disney. The collapse of Disney is happening right before our eyes. They are not the company of 30, 40 years ago, not even 20 years ago. They are now an agenda-driven mess that only cares about bending the knee to the modern audience, which doesn't really exist, abandoning everybody who gave them money willingly for literally most of their lives. But here we are. Disney is in trouble. They continue to be in trouble. We haven't talked about their financials for a while lately because there's been so many failures to cover, from the Acolyte to Agatha to one crap thing after another. Yet at the same time, we have covered their two successes this year, and we'll get to those in a second. But here we are. Disney, this is the beginning now. It's October. It is the beginning of the new fiscal year. And Disney starts it off on a pretty low note. We have right here showing us Disney shares downgraded as theme parks face more trouble. Woke streaming series flop. We talk about the TV stuff, so we're not going to get into that here, though I will reference it. We know the Acolyte failed. We know Agatha is failing. We know nothing created new for Disney Plus ever makes money. Yes, we're going to talk about something that went on there recently that is a success, but that's this, you know what? We call that the outlier. A Disney success right now is literally an outlier to their general methodology of production. Anyway, so here we go. Let's read this a little bit and then we'll continue. Disney shares dropped more than 2% Tuesday following the downgrade by Raymond James analysts who wrote that Disney parks are under pressure, with a questionable consumer outlook as demand slows. Households hammered by high record consumer prices under the Kamala Harris and Joe Biden administration are cutting back on non-essential spending like pricey vacations. Disney confirmed in its most recent quarterly earnings report in August, with executives specifically citing inflation when it said its experiences division, which includes theme parks, cruise ships, and other live entertainment offerings, will see a decline in income in the next few years. Disney Chief Financial Officer Hugh Johnston even said lower income consumers are being hit hard in the current economy and as a result are no longer visiting Disney parks like they used to. For the most recent quarter, Disney reported its experiences operating income fell 6%. They can go on to explain the truth of the matter that Disney theme parks are what held everything together the past 5 or 6 years as Disney pushed the not-so-secret agenda. All the intersectional crap, all the SJW crap, all of it. They pushed it hard, and they lost money over and over again, from the MCU to Star Wars to everything on Disney+. They lost money, but the parks, they kept making money. The parks kept everything afloat, but guess what? The parks aren't making money anymore, even though Disney owns the majority of the pie in Florida. Universal Studios, Epic Universe. That's going to take a chunk. That's going to take a chunk starting in February when they open the new parks, because people are actually excited to go to that. They're not excited to go to the same old boring Disney crap where rides that as children they saw continue to be modified for modern sensibilities. Things are not looking good. So here you go. Here is the truth. The parks are not going to do well. So what does Disney do? They're going to build another resort hotel. Walt Disney World gets permit to build a new 10-story resort hotel at former River Country site. Now, Park Place is going to show us how this entire hotel is going to be built on an old, rundown water park that isn't in use anymore. It's been reclaimed by nature, and they're going to make it themed like nature. It's going to be Pocahontas. It's going to be the Princess and the Frog. It's going to be connected to their wilderness stuff. I don't understand this. Last time you tried to build a new hotel, Galactic Star Cruiser, it flopped. It flopped hard because Star Wars is a damaged brand. Star Wars is not for anybody anymore unless you are an SJW retard, a woke tard, a drooling stan who just claps like a seal until dead fish is thrown at you and you say, thank you, sir, may I have some more. Nobody of actual spending power spends money on Star Wars, especially when you charged $4,000 to $6,000 a night to sit in a cramped room and then get put in a windowless bus over to Galaxy's Edge, which doesn't have any Star Wars in it to begin with. So they're going to build another hotel based on another theme that likely nobody cares about anymore. So Disney doesn't get it. They don't understand it. And here's the thing also, you got to realize, they've had wins. They had wins this year. Inside Out 2. Deadpool and Wolverine made them money. Inside Out 2, now the most profitable animated movie of all time, and even went on Disney Plus, and people actually watched it on Disney Plus. Got a huge bump, but guess what? It wasn't made for Disney Plus. It didn't actually probably make money on Disney Plus. It made money in the theaters, but then it stopped. It might make a little bit of money on, well, will it even make money on Blu-rays or digital? Because it's on Disney Plus. And if you already have Disney Plus, you're not going to pay to own it. You're just already paying to watch it. There's no real profit in putting anything on Disney Plus. So they're going to lose money eventually with Inside Out 2. They've made all the money they're ever going to make on Inside Out 2. They're not going to make any more money on Deadpool Wolverine. In the end, it's all failures. You can't rely on a new Star Wars show to make any money, because remember, The Acolyte, it failed because these are all the people that watched it. 80-odd thousand. 80, that's it. So it's no surprise that they are going to face a lot of financial troubles, because they are going to build a new hotel. If they are going to put this hotel up, we are now in the realm of the post-Reedy Creek era, where that means they're going to have to pay the same amount of taxes and permit fees and everything that goes into construction of new property that every other industry corporation does in Florida. That's going to cost them a lot of money. Where are they going to get this money? If the parks are no longer going to float everything, if they can't make any more money on something when it goes to Disney Plus, if they've killed every good franchise they have that doesn't make money, where does the money come from? How does Disney keep going in its current state? I don't want you to think that I'm saying Disney's going to die as a corporation. It is too big. It's got too many roots in too many different places around the world. But as it stands now, it cannot survive. It will start to fall, especially if nobody's going to go to the parks, especially if they're going to dump a whole bunch of freaking more money to make a hotel that is likely not interesting to anybody. Disney's in trouble. A couple of successes like Inside Out 2 and Deadpool Wolverine, that doesn't change the reality. They're losing money. Their stock is going down. Yes, it's up a smidgen today, as I checked a few minutes ago, but overall, it's still down. Disney, they're going to have to sell shit eventually, and I still believe it'll start with Lucasfilm, which has lost them the most money in everything. Lucasfilm has not made profit for Disney since they bought it. And yes, gross is not profit. Net profit means what you get after the gross. Stans don't seem to understand that. Disney Star Wars hasn't even made back the purchase price for the $4 billion they paid George Lucas. And everything else on Disney Plus ain't going to get there fast. So Lucasfilm will be sold one day. I am continuing to believe that. But we'll just have to wait and see. It's another good couple years at this point with the current movie slate announced. Mandalorian, Grogu, Rey movie, Ahsoka. We're going to get those. That's what's going to kill it in the end. When those fail, when Kathleen Kennedy likely leaves later next year, because it looks like she did get a slight contract extension, she's going to walk out when she gets her win. When that happens, they put the patsy in place, they wait a year, and then they put it all on his or her feet. Then they will sell Lucasfilm, because they need money, because the IPs they've destroyed don't make money. It's just that simple. But either way, let it burn, let it go down. This is not the Disney I grew up with. I want it to go away. I hate it with every fiber of my being. But if and when it does happen, I will be here to report it. Either way, we're done for now. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here, where I hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about fake fan Stan and SJW Fifis. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.